Hell yeah, an old man died.
The DARPA chief and President Baker. So now the terrorists know both detonation codes.
Yeah, and on top of that, they both died right in front of my eyes.
Snake, now that the terrorists have both detonation codes, the only way to stop a nuclear launch is to either use the detonation code release keys that Meryl's holding, or
find the Metal Gear chief engineer that President Baker mentioned, Hal Emmerich.
in any case, you should contact Meryl by Codec. Wasn't her frequency written on the back of the CD case?
Not the one that we received from President Baker. The CD case in the game is a floppy disk that doesn't actually have a case.
The codec that she has is President Baker's codec, right?
Yeah.
Why did President Baker forget his own codec frequency?
First, the DARPA chief, and then President Baker die of a heart attack?
Yeah, smells pretty rotten to me. Master, do you know anything?
No, but there's definitely something going on. Keep your eyes open out there.
Nothing like this ever happened to me in Alaska. It's a good thing you're keeping that body secured.
That way, if any guard comes through here, they'll think it's just business as usual. Ah, nobody's been through here. Don't need to increase the alert. So, we got the level 2 card, and it works on all level 1 doors as well. No more switching keycards.
So the guards just come in here, see the boxes are empty, and they just refill everything?
Well, I assume... Well, they probably...
Who keeps moving this stuff?
Somebody needed them somewhere on the base. They came and reloaded their gun.
Do any of the guards even use the equipment in here?
They all have assault rifles.
Oh, and grenades.
Yeah.
It looks like the place is protected by infrared sensors. Somehow you'll have to make it past the beams.
I've got this, don't worry. Just gotta ease into it. No! Snake! That's not... Light doesn't move very slowly, it moves very quickly. You got this one wrong.
Ooh?
They're looking for me right in this 3-tile 80 area.
I didn't realize the guards down here had different helmets. Or not, whatchamacallit, balaclavas.
These are the heavy-duty guards. They take more bullets to kill. They're intelligent still.
People's reaction speed is slowest around 3 o'clock in the morning. And so is their judgment. If you're feeling drowsy, you should get some sleep.
Actually, Master, this is a really hard puzzle, okay? I'm at the top of my game. I am not sleepy.
Isn't that the perfect time to exploit the enemy's weakness as well, though?
So we should have used these thermal goggles we picked up from that broken door room. We can see that there are 2 horizontal beams here. Puzzle solved.
Get weapon first.
Yeah, we're trying to pick up ammo for the gun we don't have. Where could it be? I'm starstruck. By the FAMAS, the assault rifle.
That is a FAMAS. It is a bullpup-style assault rifle. It is durable and easy to use. Very resistant to overheating. It is a reliable weapon with smooth action. It can fire up to 1,000 rounds per minute. On full auto, you will empty a 25-round magazine in a few seconds.
But it's nothing compared to a revolver.
Yeah, I want to hear Ocelot just type it on every radio call from now on. Revolvers are better! 50 bullets? Really? I think you could get it done with 6. If you're pretty good. So yeah, with FAMAS we can murder men very quickly now.
With 4 times as many bullets, though.
No, it's just because these guards here have body armor. They would take 4 shots anyway. Every FAMAS bullet has exactly the same power as a SOCOM bullet.
Did you just run straight past that hole?
Well, yeah, I ran straight over the trapdoor before it activated. This is a little SWAT technique Snake learned about clearing a room before you enter it.
You are not slowed at all while shooting, I see.
No.
You run at full speed while shooting with the FAMAS?
Mm-hmm. With every gun.
Huh.
Every gun that you can run while firing with, which I think is just the SOCOM and the FAMAS. The downside to the FAMAS is you run out of ammo very quickly. And then you just look cool. Notice up there was a guard that has been moved to the catwalk to this area. And we've got some rooms to revisit. They're level 1. We could have gone here straight after meeting with the DARPA chief, but I didn't. This guard never turns more than 90 degrees towards the door. Just keeping a very tight inspection, taking stock of all of these, which is ironic because he's guarding a suppressor, not a stock, for the SOCOM pistol.
Good. You found a suppressor for the SOCOM pistol. If you equip that, you won't have to worry about being noticed by the enemy when you fire. It will greatly reduce the sound and flash from your muzzle. It uses a multi-layered chamber to lower the velocity of the gas emissions, and thus reduce the sound and flash when you fire your weapon. The suppressor is narrow enough so that you can still use the gun's original sight even when it is equipped. It shouldn't change the feel when you fire it.
Why is that stored nowhere near the SOCOM?
Oh, actually, if we didn't pick up the SOCOM outside, it would have been in that level 4 door that was broken.
Ah.
So it was stored in the same general area as the suppressors, but you got to keep them separate because then if they meet, then they get canceled out into a suppressed SOCOM, and that's not going to guard anything. See, since they've moved one of the guards up to that catwalk, the area down here seems a lot more spacious.
That guard was just taking up the entire room?
Mm-hmm. His presence. His gaze. But now, we're pretty much free and open to sneak down there. Because they can only have 3 guards per any area in the game.
Is that true?
Actually, yes.
Cardboard box A.
In the plastic box.
Snake is never gonna fit in that.
Crouch down. It's true, it's the cardboard box. It's back.
A cardboard box. A cardboard box usually consists of a thin pasteboard with a corrugated paper center. They are usually made of recycled paper. It was first invented in Europe over 100 years ago. It was originally used to absorb one's sweat when wearing hats. With the same amount of wood to make one wooden box, you can make 6 or 7 cardboard boxes. And since it's recyclable, it's highly economical. In addition, it's strong and easy to store. That's why it's widely used for packing. But to avoid damaging weapons and other delicate instruments when shipping them, they should be packed in stronger boxes like wood or something. Also, the crevices should be filled with styrofoam to prevent them from moving around. So, anyway, what's with the box?
Oh, nothing. No big deal.
It is a lot more than no big deal. Did you just listen? No, it's not just a box.
It's not just a box. Let me tell you something about this.
What have you got there? A cardboard box?
Yeah, remember that trick?
That's the Snake I remember. Those poor fools won't know what hit them.
They literally don't know what it...
Oh, Snake showing off his boxing technique.
Oh, he does mean the verb. He's like, oh, that's what hit me. Well, I'm going to pretend to ignore that. They instructed the guards, as long as they're plausible deniability that you didn't see Snake. Just imagine he's not there.
A cardboard box, huh? Just like Zanzibar.
It saved my skin more than a few times in outer heaven, too.
Getting the maximum use out of ordinary on-hand objects is the first principle of survival. It's especially important in covert operations.
I haven't forgotten what you taught me.
Did Master do this too?
No, this was a prank during his training.
What? What's that?
I didn't see anything. I don't... Oh, wait a minute. This cardboard box is slightly in my path. What?
I know he doesn't just like shoot at the box. Get out of there!
Flip. As long as they're in evasion mode, they will always flip over the box. And as long as I'm in alert mode, I'll always flip them over my shoulder.
But they'll always check first.
What's that? And this could go on forever, because by the time they get up again, you're out of alert mode.
Can you just like stick a grenade under the box and just hide it? And flip it over? Boom, or C4?
You can't get out of the box. Or you can't leave the box behind.
Snake, you've got to think.
Quit
Your
fooling
mind is your
around.
most dangerous weapon. If things are getting too complicated, try to simplify your thoughts. You can also try calling Campbell for advice.
Is there a thought more simplified than if I can't see them, they can't see me from inside this cardboard box?
Whether or not there's a snake under a box, you won't know unless you flip it over.
So he wants us to simplify our thoughts. They told us to call Meryl by looking at the back of the CD case. And they literally mean to look on the back of the CD case for Metal Gear Solid, the game you purchased. If you flip it over and look on the back, there's a screenshot where Snake's talking to a woman with the subtitle, Meryl, and the radio frequency 140.15.
There's also a hint hotline out the back of that CD case.
Wait a minute. Ah, I see, just one of those staircase boxes.
Does that say ration on the box?
Yeah, that's what I thought too. Rationally, it's just a cardboard box.
Who are you?
I was really impressed with the way you busted yourself out of there.
The one from the prison?
You're the Colonel's niece, Meryl, right?
No, it's not him. Just exactly who are you?
I'm the fool that your uncle sent all alone into the middle of this whole mess.
You came by yourself? You think you're some kind of one-man army? You're not even armed.
I appreciate your help from before, but I don't need lectures. You're just like your uncle, you know?
How do you know my uncle?
We go way back.
What's your name?
My name's not important.
Aha. Could you be Snake? Are you Solid Snake?
That's what some people call me.
The legendary Solid Snake? You? Sorry about before. I wasn't sure if you were one of the good guys.
But I knew you were.
How?
It's your eyes.
My eyes?
They're not soldiers' eyes.
They're rookie's eyes, right?
No, they're beautiful, compassionate eyes.
Oh, just what I'd expect from the legendary Solid Snake. You trying to sweep me off my feet?
Don't worry, you'll land back on them once you meet me. The reality is no match for the legend, I'm afraid.
Oh, I don't believe that.
Why did you look so surprised when you saw my face?
Because you look just like him.
You mean the terrorist leader, Liquid Snake?
Yeah, you know him? You're not brothers, are you?
I have no family.
So what's the deal then?
Who knows? Why don't you ask him? But first I want some information. You were involved in this exercise from the beginning. What exactly happened here?
I'm sorry. I was captured along with President Baker right after the terrorist attack.
That's okay. But what is this place? I don't think it's just a nuclear weapons disposal facility.
Boy, oh boy, it's just like them. Nobody told you anything, did they? Okay, you see, this place isn't really for disposing nuclear weapons. This base is owned and operated by a dummy corporation of arms tech.
This is a civilian base?
Right, for the development of Metal Gear.
Colonel.
Foxhound and the Next Generation Special Forces were called here for the test launching of a dummy nuclear warhead.
Why Foxhound?
Because they're a special ops group used to handling top secret missions. They figured they could help keep it all hush-hush.
But we must have fired nuclear warheads before. Why just this time?
I heard it was because this was to be a final test before the formal adoption of the Metal Gear program. Well, that's what I heard anyway.
Sounds kind of fishy. So what do you think the terrorists want?
Sorry. I'm not sure. I was captured with President Baker right after the revolt started.
Oh yeah, that's when he gave you the detonation code override keys, right?
That's right.
Amazing you were able to keep him hidden from the guards.
Well, women have more hiding places than men. Anyway, you met Baker, huh? How's he holding up?
He's dead.
What?
Heart attack. Same as the DARPA chief.
The chief died from a heart attack too?
Yeah. Was either of them sick or anything?
No, not that I heard of.
Well, I don't believe in coincidences. Something funny's going on.
Sounds like it, but I have no idea what.
Me neither. Yet. Do you know the person who designed Metal Gear?
You mean Dr. Emmerich?
Yes. Is he still alive?
Probably. He should be in the research lab in the second floor basement of the nuclear warhead storage building to the north.
Second floor basement?
Yeah, that's where his lab is. I think they're forcing him to work on the nuclear launching program.
So they'll need him alive until that's done anyway.
Then we better do something before he finishes.
You're right. In case we can't override the detonation code in time, I need to ask him how to destroy Metal Gear.
You plan to take that thing on by yourself, Snake?
It won't be the first time.
Ah.
What's the best way to get to the building where the doctor is being held?
There's a cargo door on the first floor of this building that leads to the north.
What's the security level of the door there?
5. But it's okay. I've got a level 5 card.
Well, I've got to go save the doctor. You should go.
I'm going with you.
No way. You're still too green. I want you to hide somewhere.
I'm not green.
Oh, yes, you are. You pause for just 1 second in front of your enemy and it's all over. Good luck doesn't last forever.
I don't know what happened. I just couldn't pull the trigger right away. I never had any problems in training, but when I thought about my bullets tearing through those soldiers' bodies, I hesitated.
Shooting at targets and shooting at living, breathing people are different.
Ever since I was a little girl, I always dreamed about being a soldier. Every day of my life, I've trained my mind and body for the one day when I could finally see some real action, and now...
So what now? You want to quit?
I can't quit. I can't allow myself to quit now.
Listen, Meryl. Everybody feels sick the first time they kill someone. Unfortunately, killing is one of those things that gets easier the more you do it. In a war, all of mankind's worst emotions, worst traits come out. It's easy to forget what a sin is in the middle of a battlefield.
But this isn't a war. It's a terrorist action.
You're just a little jumpy from the combat high. The adrenaline in your bloodstream is starting to thin out. Just take it easy.
But I learned all about combat high at the academy.
We'll talk about it later. For now, just think about keeping yourself alive.
If I get out of here alive, I'll think about that other stuff.
Okay, let me try to say this another way. Stay the hell out of my way.
You're a real bastard, just like my uncle said.
Huh, I told you, the real me is no match for the legend.
It looks like you were right. Okay, Snake. I'll be a good girl.
We'll link up after I grab the doctor. Then we'll take care of the detonation code override.
Gotcha. But listen, I know this area better than you. Call me if you have any questions.
Be careful, okay?
After I open up the cargo door, I'll contact you.
So Meryl is in here not using burst transmission, right?
She doesn't have to because she's in the base.
Don't worry, Colonel. Meryl is fine.
Thank God.
Meryl is a very strong woman. I really respect her.
She's got plenty of heart.
Thanks, Snake.
Not so fast. The real mission is still ahead.
Rescuing that Metal Gear engineer is now your primary goal. When Meryl opens up the cargo door, I want you to head north.
Just gotta head through north through this door.
Snake, don't be so impatient. Settle down. I need a little more time to get the cargo door open. I'll call you when I get the door open. Just wait a little, okay?
You just gotta swipe the card, right?
A cardboard box? I heard stories from my uncle, but I always thought he was pulling my leg. I've got no comment.
And then he got into a box, Meryl! A box!
Snake, I unlocked the cargo door for you.
Thanks. Where are you?
Where I can see ya.
Don't move around too much.
Don't worry, I'm disguised in this enemy uniform.
You won't be for long with the way you walk.
What does that mean?
Nothing.
Listen, Snake, the cargo door is like an airlock. It's equipped with infrared sensors. Be careful. If an intruder is sensed, gas is released.
Gas?
Okay, so we'll meet at the nuclear warhead storage building.
Wait! You said you'd stay put and be a good girl.
I changed my mind.
Don't get careless. That's when things always turn sour.
Sorry, but this is the only way I can figure out whether or not I'm cut out to be a soldier. I gotta get my hands dirty.
These guys are professionals. You're gonna get yourself killed.
See you there.
See you there. At my funeral, while I get killed by these professionals.
My uncle once told me about a rookie who destroyed Big Boss.
I can probably handle that. That was an idiot hiding in a cardboard box. I've got an actual disguise. Just gotta wait for Meryl to open up this door here, and we can go through the north.
The cargo door is open already. If you exit there and go north, you'll get to the warhead storage building where Dr. Emmerich is being held. I'll head there now and wait for you. Hurry after me, okay?
I think she said it was somewhere... You gotta go up to get to the second building?
Second floor basement?
Yeah, something like that.
Meryl contacted you, didn't she? Go through the cargo door in the north part of the hangar. Head for the warhead storage building.
Soldiers that have been forged in the fires of battle are used to catching naps whenever and wherever they can. There's a big difference between real soldiers and those kids who have only been trained in VR simulators. After playing for a long time, you should get some rest too.
I like the way you think, Master. Catch a little Z.
More like catch a disease.
Snake, did you lose your way? The cargo door's on the first floor.
President Baker from beyond the grave.
That was actually my pillow.
Be careful, Snake. That airlock is set with infrared sensors. You probably can't see them with your naked eyes, but there are infrared beams coming out of that wall. Touch any one of them and the doors will seal off and the place will be flooded with poison gas. Somehow you've got to get through without setting off those sensors.
I think since infrared is the shortest wavelength, if you zoom in really close, you should be able to see them.
A Snake, that room is set with infrared sensors. You should be able to see them if you had some smoke, cigarette smoke or something.
Sorry, but these are smokeless cigarettes.
You mean those cigarettes that are designed to cut down on secondhand smoke? Oh, well, don't worry. If you blow the smoke in the direction of the infrared sensors, you should be able to see them. That was a good idea, bringing the cigarettes, but don't smoke too much. Cigarettes make you weak in mind and body. They are bad for you.
Unlike me.
Are you smoking?
Yeah, so what?
Didn't you know that cigarettes contain benzopyrene, a chemical that leads to lung cancer? We now know that when benzopyrene enters the body, it changes to benzopyrene diolipoxide, BPDE, and attaches to the receptors on the p53 gene, the gene which causes lung cancer. The BPDE attaches to the p53 gene in 3 specific locations and causes precancerous changes to the lung tissue.
You know a lot about science, but you don't know how good a cigarette tastes in the morning.
Snake, are you smoking a cigarette? Cigarettes are poison. They kill people. Didn't you hear what Dr. Naomi said? He that cuts off 20 years of life cuts off so many years of fearing death. Is that why you smoke, Snake? You're too afraid of life?
Fine. I'll unequip the damn cigarette. You happy? My 20 years of life.
Oh no, secondhand gas!
This is much better than inhaling that toxic gas. Thanks a
Wouldn't
lot.
the infrareds be a lot better if they were just like this? 3 lines that are always up?
At least I left a smoking corpse.
Snake, answer me! Snake! Snake!
Campbell fires everybody. Who told him to stop smoking? Didn't you hear the stories I've been telling?
I get a kickback from Big Tobacco.
Nuclear weapons, nuclear reactors, hazardous waste. We are constantly being exposed to plutonium and other radioactive materials. Compared to that, smoking seems not so bad, no?
This isn't actually a cigarette, it's actually a plutonium stick. So yeah, they're basically telling us go ahead and smoke up. We could have also used the thermal goggles that we picked up, but not every player will have the opportunity for that. If you don't get the SOCOM soon enough, or if you wait until the room gets locked, you won't be able to get these by this point. But everybody has the cigarettes. Everybody cool anyway.
If you go north from there, you should come to the Warhead Storage Building.
Dr. Emmerich is probably being held there.
You've got to save him and find out how to destroy Metal Gear.
If you go north from there, you'll eventually come to the Warhead Storage Building. Dr. Emmerich should be in the laboratory area in the second floor basement. I'll go ahead and wait for you there.
Meryl.
What? Are you gonna tell me to stay back because I'm too green again?
Nope, it's your decision. I can't stop you from doing what you want, but
But...
don't do anything stupid, okay?
stupid? Boy, thanks for the great show of confidence.
Meryl.
Anyway, I'll see you there.
Now enter that room on the left.
Snake, be careful. There are Claymore mines around there. Use a mine detector.
Who are you?
Just call me Deep Throat.
Deep Throat. The informant from the Watergate scandal?
Never mind about that.
You're not using burst transmission. Are you nearby?
Listen, there's a tank in front of your position waiting to ambush you.
Who are you anyway?
One of your pans.
What, again? Has Colonel been giving out my codec frequency to everybody?
Colonel, I got a codec call from someone outside this operation.
I know. We were monitoring the call. Mei-Ling knows everything about the communication system, so let me have her explain it to you.
Well, if somebody knows your frequency, they can call you. But the question is, how did he learn it? It's top secret information.
So you mean someone leaked the information?
That's the only explanation I can think of.
Mei-Ling, do you know where that transmission originated from?
I'm sorry. The radio waves were too weak to locate their source, but I'm sure he's near you, somewhere on the base.
Snake, you'll have to go through the minefield to advance.
That area is mined? If you only had a mine detector.
A minefield, huh? You'll need a mine detector. Meryl knows the base like the back of her hand. Why don't you ask her?
People who have been through war and survived develop a kind of sixth sense to warn them of danger. Trust your instincts as a soldier, as a gamer.
The place is mined? Well, if you use a mine detector, you'll be able to see the mines displayed on your radar. If you need a mine detector, there should be one on the second floor of the tank hangar.
Yeah, also don't do anything stupid. Bye. You're the rookie.
I'm sending a mine detector up at the second floor hangar.
Mei-Ling, how can someone outside of this operation cut into my codec?
You're talking about that guy calling himself Deep Throat. We were monitoring from here.
What about it?
Well, if somebody knows your frequency, they can call you. But the question is, how did he learn it? It's top secret information.
Can you tell me where he called from?
I'm sorry. The signal is too weak to locate its source. But I'm sure he's near you, somewhere on the base.
It's possible he has a copy of the CD case.
Actually, the puzzle where we had to call Meryl based on the screenshot on the back of the game case is directly lifted from Metal Gear 2. We had to do the same thing when Colonel Campbell changed his codec frequency. Like a cool kid posing on the steps.
Snake, if you walk on that floor normally, it'll make a lot of noise and the enemy will hear you. Try crawling.
Where is she calling from to look at Snake at all times? Her stealth is better than yours.
Her stealth is better than Master Miller's advice. He tried to tell us to walk slowly when we can't actually do that in this game. So the real advantage in having the SOCOM suppressor is we could do stuff like that and kill guards off screen.
Just shoot randomly and it's okay because they can't get alerted.
Mm-hmm. Guards don't take notice of bullets hitting walls. As long as we fire enough to kill them once they get hit.
Once we get the revolver and we can bounce off of walls, it's going to be really good.
Told you they're better.
That is a mine detector. It works by searching for metal objects. It will even find claymores that are hidden with optic stealth technology. It is set so that the position of the landmines will show up on your radar. All you have to do is equip the mine detector and keep an eye on your radar. Use it carefully.
Look at all those cardboard boxes, they could be full of soldiers.
Wait, use the mine detector carefully as opposed to... Snake, you're recklessly using that mine detector!
Swinging around like a golf club.
Master, does the name Deep Throat mean anything to you?
Deep Throat? What? You mean the guy from Watergate?
No, but he uses the same name. Whoever he is, he's not part of our operation, but he's been giving me advice by Codec.
What?
On top of that, he wasn't using burst transmission. It seems he was transmitting from somewhere on this base.
Somewhere on the base?
Yes.
I have no idea who that could be.
I see.
Snake, listen to me. His advice is inferior. Whatever you do.
Also, take a nap on that staircase. Snake, all of the best soldiers lie in front of tanks. To show tanks for the battlefield, of course.
Oh god, those lasers. I can't even tell which one's in front of you.
Yeah, it really is more effective just use the cigarette, because it only shows the ones you're next to. But then you would lose precious life.
You just eat a meal with your cigarettes.
A minefield, huh? Don't forget to use your mine detector. When you find out where a mine is, crawl forward
and retrieve them. Anti-personnel mines have killed over 20,000 non-combatants in the past 30 years. In countries like Cambodia and Nicaragua, the killing and maiming of innocent victims continues long after the wars have ended. It is easy to plant mines, you see, but removing them is a different matter. It requires more time and manpower than anyone is willing to invest. The superpowers need to donate more mine detectors and other equipment to remove them. It is the least we could do after laying them.
It seems a lot more troublesome to lay these mines than it is to pick them up, though.
Those are claymore mines. Unlike other mines, which are planted underground, claymores are set up above ground and are designed to produce maximum damage in a wide fan-shaped area. When they go off, they spray 700 1.2 millimeter steel pellets in a 60-degree pattern, much like an oversized shotgun. Traditionally, claymores use a tripwire to set them off, but those claymores are a new type. They are camouflaged using the new stealth technology and are equipped with sophisticated motion detectors.
Oh, so they're not buried.
No.
What does the Snake have this new stealth technology everyone's talking about?
Very expensive.
Is everything all right, Snake? In my parents' homeland, they say, if there are more wolves, the people are eaten. If there are more people, the wolves are eaten. That means the side with the greater numbers is usually the winner. You're badly outnumbered, Snake. Try not to let them see you.
Luckily, there are more people than the rations, and the rations are eaten. Oh no, there are 20 cigarettes in this pack. I'll be smoked.
It is just like Baker said. We are facing increasing danger from stored nuclear materials. You see, there are 3 elements necessary in the manufacture of nuclear weapons. nuclear materials, nuclear engineers, and manufacturing technology. All three of them can easily be acquired by either legal or illegal means, if you have enough money, that is. They say that there are 500,000 nuclear engineers in the world. But after the end of the Cold War, the demand for nuclear engineers dropped precipitously. In the Eastern Bloc countries in particular, there is a tremendous brain drain. They cannot keep their scientists in their country, and each year, more and more nuclear engineers go to work for the highest bidder. Just like Baker said, each year, there are more and more cases of muff coming from the nuclear material storage facilities. That stands for material unaccounted for. It means that someone is stealing nuclear materials and probably selling them on the black market. After the fall of the Soviet Union, the nuclear management program fell to pieces. In the late 1990s, there were rumors that nearly 100 suitcase-sized nuclear bombs mysteriously disappeared from the Soviet arsenal. We still do not know whether it is true or not, but it is possible that they fell into the hands of terrorists. It looks like the DARPA chief and the arms tech president both agree on the concept of maintaining a dominant nuclear arsenal. They are big on the nuclear deterrent theory. The idea behind a nuclear standoff is that both countries would be too afraid to use a nuclear weapon for fear of a nuclear reprisal. In other words, the only thing preventing a country from totally devastating another country with nuclear weapons is the fear of a nuclear counterstrike. Those two probably feel that Metal Gear will further promote that security. The right-wingers believe that as long as any country has nuclear weapons, they must have them as well. That is why they will never be in favor of the total elimination of nuclear weapons. And with each new country that acquires nuclear capabilities, the need for maintaining their counterstrike threat increases. As long as the nuclear deterrent policy continues, we will never be rid of nuclear weapons. The theory of nuclear deterrence was born during the Cold War, at a time of great suspicion between the US and the USSR. The great gulf between the ideologies of East and West caused a dramatic escalation in the arms race. And this escalation of the arms race in turn fueled mutual distrust and fear between the world's two great superpowers. The last half of the 20th century was shaped by the policy of nuclear deterrence. But the world has changed. The Cold War has ended, and we are now living in a world where small regional conflicts are breaking out all over. Things are not so simple anymore, and the policy of nuclear deterrence is obsolete. Most of these regional conflicts are the result of age-old enmities between different ethnic groups and religions. In those cases, the hatred often runs so deep that rationality is thrown out the window. For people such as them, the fear of a counterstrike often means little, and that is why the nuclear deterrence policy has lost much of its efficacy. A nuclear standoff is not a sufficient deterrent in the current world climate.